Creatures of the night, it's your girl Tati. Let's talk about AEW Dynamite. Now look, this episode could have been better, and honestly, if it wasn't for the watch-alongs, I would have fallen asleep with this episode. We did start off with the opening match. We had Jon Moxley versus Dax Harwood. I'm not gonna lie, I felt bored with this. I just felt like it just didn't give me what I was expecting from the two of them. I think that they were pretty much, it was decent, playing it safe. Now, we do get these two guys recognizing that it is Valentine's Day, and they both end up giving a kiss to each other, and I'm just like, well, I don't know what's going on here, but I don't know what your wives are going to say about this. Now, well, like I said, it was a little bit on the boring side for me, but I do think that there's some type of story that they're trying to tell with FTR versus BCC, which feels to be a little bit random because we're expecting to see things with CMLL and BCC right now, which is still going on, you guys. CMLL has a big show on March next month, and even the ladies are already showing up over there, and they're going to be on that card as well, such as Willow Nightingale and BCC, and all these people are going to be on that show. So we'll see about doing a watch along for that if I get my hands on that pay-per-view. Now, match was whatever. Moxley obviously takes a win. He is 6-0 so far this year. This match made him 7-0. And then here we have Jon Moxley taking the win with a choke. And Dax, he just taps out like a little bitch like I thought he would. And then after the match, instead of Jon Moxley letting go and just celebrating, he keeps holding on. Then Cash Wheeler brings his ass out there and says, "Get your fucking hands off my bro." And he goes and attacks Moxley. Now, he and Moxley are going at it. So then Claudio comes out and said, "I'm going to even this shit out." And now we have these two guys going at it. And then Dax is barely awakened. They take care of the trash, which is Cash Wheeler. And we have BCC standing tall. Now, I know everybody's not a fan of BCC, but I love these guys. And I'm absolutely cool with it. The story will continue, but I'm a little bit more interested in seeing what's going on with the guys from CMLL. Up next, we have Wardlow against some poor, unfortunate soul. I didn't catch his name, but hey, did it even matter? The match was probably not even a minute long. Look, yes, Wardlow wins, and none of this shit makes sense. It really doesn't. Wardlow, I will personally buy you a ticket to go over there and speak to somebody at TKO. It looks like you need a job. To me, I feel like he doesn't look happy in AEW, and I wouldn't be surprised if, it makes sense. Like, why would he be happy? Every time they take him out of a situation, they put him right back in the same situation where it does no favors for him. They keep doing this thing with him doing squash matches, ending it with a powerbomb and whatever. And it's just like, Wardlow is more than that. He has potential to be one of their biggest stars. And unfortunately, all they see him as is this little, I wouldn't even say attraction. They just use him to just, be in 1 minute, 2 minute matches and win. And it's like, well, what does that do for him? Nobody truly knows who Wardlow is in the ring. He needs a company that's going to treat him the right way. I don't know if that's going to be WWE exactly, but someone is looking at this young man and they're probably thinking of everything that he can be doing and that will get him to get over. This bullshit with him being part of the Undisputed Kingdom is just not working. Matter of fact, stop putting him in a group. He does not need to be in a group. He can do his own damn thing. And honestly, this is just not working out. Now, after this, we do have Daniel Garcia versus Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland is just looking delicious at 50 years old. I just, hey, I don't mind older men if they look like that. Now look, really great matchup, and I was really enjoying it. And I'm just like, well, which one of these two are going to end up going against Christian? The crowd is actually really divided between these two. Now, since these past month or so that we had Daniel Garcia teaming up with FTR, that has really helped garner a lot more fans for him. And I think people are definitely wanting to see, what can he do if he get a title shot? So, Adam, he's being a little bit more aggressive in the ring, and he has to be. He can't let these young guys just take his opportunities. And speaking of opportunities, If we're going based off the ranking system, why does Daniel Garcia, who's not even in the damn, rankings, get to go against someone like Adam Copeland, who's already next in line to get an opportunity? I just don't understand why that is a thing. I just feel like Tony Khan just needs to cut the ranking thing, because honestly, it's already not making any sense. And this is February. Now, it was a really great matchup until here we have the patriarchy, our stepdaddy Christian and kids and Mama Wayne come out and interrupts the match. Obviously, the ref got to ring the bell. They attack Daniel Garcia first, make sure they take care of him first, and then they go attack Adam Copeland. Now, what was crazy about this is we had Daddy Magic, who's always doing commentary whenever Daniel Garcia is in the ring. This dude he watching his boy Daniel Garcia getting his ass whooped by 3 men, and all he does is stand up and watch. He literally got off his chair and stood up and watched and not did a damn thing. Did he help a little bit later? Sure. But if I was Daniel Garcia and I'm watching the tape back, I'm just gonna be like, bitch, I don't need somebody like you in my corner. Now, I want everybody, if you have not seen this, to go back and look at Mama Wayne. Mama Wayne is really into this character. I don't know if she's a wrestling fan or not, but she has really embodied this character and tapped into her heel energy. And I am just loving exactly what she's giving us. It's absolutely perfect. She ends up giving Adam Copeland a blow. Then they set him up for a concerto. Our homie Adam, I don't know if he's going to get any closer to the TNT title. But hey, I don't know what's going to happen here, but I did really enjoy what we got. I'm not going to be surprised if we get some type of trios or tag match out of this. Whatever the situation is, I have no clue who is facing Christian for the TNT title at Revolution. Before we talk about the tag team match, we do have Don Callis with Powerhouse Hobbs and Takeshita. They're backstage with Renee Paquette. Girl, I don't know what you're wearing tonight. I don't know what that was, but don't wear it again. It was very strange. Now, here is Uncle Don letting everybody know that nobody ain't shit in this company. So they need to find someone for Takeshita and Hobbs to go against. They found an opponent for Takeshita, and he says it's actually a member of the Don Callis family. And I'm just like, wait, what? Somebody in the group? You really couldn't find anyone else for Takeshita to go against? Then he goes, it's Will. And when he says Will, all I heard was Will. And I was like, Will Hobbs? Are you serious? Will cannot go against Takeshita. Like, that literally will not help Will in his struggle right now to move up on this card. But then he finishes his sentence and says, Osprey. And I was just like, oh, now I can breathe. It's not Powerhouse Hobbs. Now we're going to have Takeshita versus Will Ospreay at the Revolution pay-per-view. I don't know what's the point of this, to be honest with you. The only thing I can think of is that they're pretty much setting the record straight with Will Ospreay right at the bat with this pay-per-view, with this being his first match as, someone from the AEW roster. I do believe that this is what's going to make, I guess, Will Ospreay leave the group. We'll see. If anything, that's probably the route that they're going with. And from there, he could just do his own thing in AEW. It is what it is. Now, after this, we do have Toni Storm's Wet Ink movie that comes out. It's literally her getting a tattoo. It looks like she's covering up that little duck tattoo that she and Deanna have. And by the time they're finished with it, this girl looked like she's getting a tattoo. She looks like she's in pain. She looks like she's having an orgasm. She just looks like she's probably enjoying herself. And then at the end of the whole movie, you get a chance to see the tattoo. The duck tattoo is still there. It's actually not covered up at all. What the tattoo artist did was did a tattoo of like a knife kind of going through the back of the duck. It didn't look bad, but I honestly thought she was covering up, and it was so freaking dramatic. Toni Storm, just stick with this character probably for the rest of your career. It's absolutely amazing. Now, we did get something from the Acclaim and what was them, a Bullet Club Gold, and honestly, I don't care. But Max Caster, that thing you were doing with your tongue, very interesting. Up next, we have Nicholas and Matthew Jackson versus Top Flight. This was a great match. I just don't care to see the Young Bucks at all. Now, this whole EVP thing, they even got poor Justin Roberts addressing them as EVPs. And then we got, what's their name? The commentators are also addressing them as such. And I'm just like, I'm over it. I get it. They're tapping into this story because this is what the fans see them as, these evil EVPs. So they're like, you know what, bitches? If that's how y'all see us, that's how we're going to be on camera. Now, I'm over it, but these guys are so talented in the ring. And honestly, I was really upset because I don't feel like they are prioritizing Top Flight. Top Flight have had amazing matches since Dante has returned from his injury, and for whatever reason they decide to feed this tag team to the Bucks, which doesn't make sense. I feel like they could have chosen any other team or put any other random people to actually go in the ring for about 8 minutes with them in the ring, and it would have been just fine without having to sacrifice a team that has been doing very, very well just to go against the Bucks. I personally did not care for this, but it was a decent match. Obviously, the Bucks wins. These losers are walking around with the same white bloody suit. Like, what is even cute about that? It doesn't even look, the blood has dried out and it looks brown. It doesn't even look red anymore. That imagery that they're going for is just not happening like how it happened when they actually attacked Darby and Sting that very first night. Now, after the match, we do have these two losers getting on the mic, and then we have Darby Allin who comes out, and I'm not gonna lie, I love Darby. Darby had a really cute look tonight, but this dude bores the hell out of me when he gets on the mic. Long story short, he basically confirms that they're going to be going against the Young Bucks at Revolution pay-per-view. That's exactly what they wanted. Now, after this, we do have Sky Blue versus Willow Nightingale in a decent match. I really like both these ladies. They have absolutely improved from the first moment I've seen them in AEW. So kudos to these girls. Julia Hart does come out with Sky Blue, but does not stick around ringside with her. However, we have Stokely Hathaway, who really doesn't like Willow Nightingale, actually comes out with Willow to the ring, and he goes and sit on commentary, and he's giving us the same ridiculous commentary like he does every single time. And the match is pretty decent between these two girls. I am not gonna lie, I really want to see these two succeed, especially Sky Blue. They have inserted her into this storyline with Julia. However, there has been no payoff at this point, and I'm just wondering what's going on. Willow does take the win here, which doesn't surprise me. Probably one of the first, handful of wins that we've had by African American wrestlers so far in AEW. I don't know what's going on with that, but Sky Blue, I believe, is not looking strong here with Julia. She's hardly taking any wins since she has been teaming up with Julia. I don't know what's going on with that. They really have a nice story going on with Julia and Sky Blue, and even Willow too. She's in that story as well, and I don't think that they're taking full advantage of that. I don't understand why would they team up Sky Blue with someone as powerful as Julia Hart in terms of a character and not really take the character that they're giving Sky Blue all the fucking way. It's really bothering me. Our main event, you guys, is Matt Taven versus Orange Cassidy. I'm not 100% sure if the title was on the line. Whatever the situation is, we already know Orange Cassidy retained. However, this match actually was pretty fun. This was like a Texas something match. I don't know what it was, but obviously it was more on the hardcore side, and it was no DQ. We had chairs. Well, you know what? Let me take that back. We probably did not have chairs, but we did have tables. Some of these tables got a damn mind of their own. We had these guys just, flying around. We had Matt Taven, who's in the ring he is going to dive onto Orange Cassidy. Well, actually fly onto Orange Cassidy over the top rope. And Orange Cassidy is like kind of leaning up in front of a table that is leaning onto the announce table. And Orange Cassidy, his ass moved at the last freaking second. And Matt just flew over the moon onto this damn table and crashes into it. It's insane, but beautiful at the same time. Orange Cassidy is fucking leaking from the side of his head. I don't even know where that came from. I'm not gonna lie. It just seemed like out of the blue, but he was bleeding so much. So whatever the situation is, I hope he's okay. This doesn't necessarily look to me as though he was bleeding or something. Probably got cut up by going through one of the first few tables in the beginning of the match. Now, obviously, with this being a no DQ match, we already knew. What that means is y'all two are going to start off the match, but your friends are going to come on later and get involved. And that's exactly what ends up happening. Mike Bennett ends up coming to help Matt Taven. And then here we go. Trent Beretta, who has not been answering my DMs about Valentine's Day, he comes out and he's out there to have fun too. Now, I forgot to mention, under the ring was a little Valentine's Day box from Chuck Taylor, since he's, useless. At least he can do is just give Orange Cassidy a little present for Valentine's Day. That's under the ring. He opens it up and it's a box full of thumbtacks, and he sprinkles them out onto the ring. And yeah, they have a few spots onto those thumbtacks. Those type of shits is a little bit hard for your girls to see. It is what it is. But then, like I said, everybody started getting involved and getting into this match, except for obviously Adam Cole, who is crippled and can't do a damn thing, and then Wardlow, who's not there either. And I find it to be weird. It almost seems like whenever it's the Kingdom doing something with Roderick, Wardlow, Adam Cole don't seem to really get involved. I don't know what that is. But then whenever Adam Cole needs something, everybody else in the group is with him. Whatever the situation is, I'm not going to get into it because that group ain't shit to me. But I really do like Roderick, and I do like the Undisputed Kingdom. They're pretty cool. Now, Roderick even come out with his mustache too. And they're just over there having... basically getting involved into the match. And obviously you guys know where this goes. Orange Cassidy ends up retaining. We're probably going to get some kind of tag team, trios, whatever the situation with these groups before they actually get into the ring at Revolution, when we have Roderick Strong and what's his name, Orange Cassidy. To be honest, Orange, you're really talented. I know I don't say it often, but I'm over it. If we don't change a little something about this gimmick, just give the title to someone else. It's starting to get a little bit annoying seeing the very same things with Orange Cassidy. Now, I did forget to mention about Samoa Joe being in the ring. This guy's an absolute beast with his promos and just the way he speaks and the way he carries himself with those really nice suits with the title sitting pretty on his shoulders. It's really, really cool to see someone else finally being at the top. We have Swerve, who comes out and he's over as fuck with the crowd, and he's does a really strong promo about him being the future of pro wrestling, about him being a future champion, and then he's gonna take that title away from him. Then here comes Adam Cole with his Adam Page with his mustache, which is just like, every time I see him, it's getting thicker and thicker, and I'm just like, whoa. Is this a trend here? Like a lot of guys is doing this with the whole mustache thing. I don't know what it is, but next week it might be even 2 times bigger. Who knows? Now he comes out there and he's just like, Swerve, no matter what you do, I'm going to be right behind you and I'm going to be the one to get this title. Now they're over here bickering back and forth with each other, and then Samoa Joe has to break them up and let them know that, hey, you think you're going to pin him to beat me and get the title, and vice versa? None of y'all is going to be doing that. I'm going to be the one to leave that match with the title retaining. And he ends up leaving like a fucking boss. This guy, I'm not even doing the promo justice. Like this, the way he carries himself is exactly what a champion should do. And it really kind of irks me that we really haven't seen much of Samoa Joe since he's been champion since, December 30th? We only got a chance to see the little play date he had with Hook, and that's pretty much it. That's the only time we've seen him in the ring after he beat MJF for the title. I really wish we could see a lot more from him. But what we've seen so far in terms of promos have been great. He has this presence of a champion that I really, really enjoy. However, I don't want to see Swerve or Hangman take the win at Revolution. They can go ahead and continue their little story even after Revolution, but I do think that we can really see a lot more from Samoa Joe with this title if they just give him a little bit more time. I think that would be the best way to go, but I still do want to see Swerve with it. And honestly, I would not mind seeing Hangman, despite me not being a fan of this dude, get the title before Swerve actually does, and then they can have a real big feud before Swerve get the title from Hangman. But either way, you guys, the show was mid. There's some things to enjoy, some things That's not really all that. All the clips are already on AEW's YouTube channel, so go ahead and check them out if you have not seen them. And if you don't watch my watch along, you can't be enjoying the show that well. Guys, thanks so much for watching my video. Be back tomorrow with Ring of Honor.